Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you again to talk about what can we do in 2024, the first quarter. So it's just 90 days ahead of us, almost at the end of this month, that we can do to increase the performance of our teams. And I would like to have this discussion in a framework that is actually going to look for three major parts, three major pillars, if you will. First one is around people. What can you do when you look at that? What can you do around processes? What can you do around technology? So let me just go quickly over this. I don't want to waste your time. I just want to give you the insights that I believe are going to make a big difference if you are in your approach, if you start planning and implementing as soon as possible. We're looking at engagement, how that engagement of your team is at whatever level it is going to make a big difference in what they produce. And how can you get people engaged? We have talked about this in the past. It is by number one, allowing them to participate, give them the right and invitation to be part of the co-creation process, asking the right questions and questions that are sparking innovation, or questions that are going to allow you as a leader to see things that you're not seeing from your perspective at this moment. Understand that when you are in a group and you have all this bright minds around you, you could tap into what they actually going to could contribute in order to make a bigger impact. So asking the right questions would be something that, if you don't know how to do that very well, it's going to be important to develop. And as a resource for that, I can put in the chat a list of many questions that I found to be useful to spark innovation, for example, or to just give you some ideas on the feedback, or what would be the right questions to ask when you want to receive, give the best feedback to your team. And it's very simple. You just want to ask them what type of appreciation are the most important to someone. And when you know your team very well, and you know exactly what is motivating each of them, how do they like to contribute, it's going to put you in a position to know how to influence the way they're going to participate in your team. And knowledge sharing, for example, is something that it's coming up as most of the time as being a little bit harder to create an environment where people are learning and culture is there for you to get everybody involved and obtain their wisdom at any given point. But you as a leader, it's your responsibility to set up the stage to create that entrepreneurial almost example of how we operate, where everybody's input is welcome and it's actually required for us in order to create the best decision and to make the best plan. Some of this other questions that you can think about it is making sure that you are crystal clear in how you communicate your goals, and also develop the goals with your team. So involve the team in how can you create, and what is there that we could do to be more than what our brain can actually think about at this moment. What would be something outrageous good that we can do? And brainstorm around that. What would be this ideal, and even more than that you can create? So some of those things that will help others to participate, to be part of the team and engage. The best way to engage someone is to bring them in and ask them to work shoulder to shoulder with you. not giving them directions, not making someone feel like they're there just to create and execute a task. If you want a team that's actually going to perform better, you need to make sure that you're getting them to feel that their contribution is going to be, and the impact that they can make is going to be much appreciated because you allow them to give you that insight whenever it's needed and necessary. Each of the project phase will have absolutely this stage where we create what we want to do and then we implement. And I'm not saying that you do that during the implementation necessarily all the time, but it could be that if you see improvements that can be made, you'll ask them to tell you. And I've seen that other leaders are not open for that. They feel like they're losing control over the execution piece. And that's not actually true. If you allow the team to own what exactly they need to do, you're going to be very, learn how to even delegate certain things to a little bit more than you used to. You'll be very pleasantly surprised at the end if you have the patience to contain yourself and don't jump into the conclusions or don't go and stop that process. I know it could be hard, but it's a skill that you can start working on it, and you can just use it more and more every day, and you'll feel how it is to trust somebody else and allow them to give you what they know the best, and participate in that moment and make everything much better. You could also look at processes. Obviously, something that can be done very quickly is to look at how are we doing our things and have an inventory of the processes in a way in which you're going to say, ask the team to participate in identifying the roles and responsibilities that everybody has, and see if it makes sense. Because most of the time we're doing things because we were used to, and it's just a routine. But when you look at it, it doesn't make any sense. It's something that we're wasting time. It's something that we're actually getting a lot of redundancy. It's not helping us with knowledge sharing. It's actually putting us in all kind of stovepipes. So look at for what kind of barriers and what kind of things you can break in order to create that seamless process, and also allow the team to pick up the task in the way they actually feel that it makes the most sense based on their strengths. Again, using the strengths, playing on the strengths is going to be what will bring the quicker and the better results for your team. And in terms of the technology, I can't stress this enough, but please look at what AI can do for your team. Look at what even ChatGPT, pick up one, whatever you have. I'm not sure everybody has their own places, their own access and approved access. But look what that can do, because the performance can be extremely impacted if you allow them team to utilize the latest technology that came up in a way in which they gain faster results, faster access to the information. And if you allow them to compile the data and again prompt the right questions, get better at prompting to get what you need, and then have them bring that over for discussion. It is amazing how fast you could do certain things when you are asking the right questions, and how you could use the AI nowadays to get the answers that you need. You're also going to be able to improve everything if you look at how other departments and what is your role and how you're going to collaborate with other departments and see what kind of access to the data that they have is that you need in order to make better decisions and for better forecasts, for example. So learn how you could utilize the technology. It's also going to be critical to make this quick impact. It's going to be aligning everyone, allow them to participate and engage them, create the right processes and document them into the place where everybody can find them and see them, and use the technology that exists to wrap up and to come up with the best information in the quickest and the right time. So look at some of those and tell me what have you find to be important, more of importance to you. I'm going to run a workshop on going deeper into each of those in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to invite you to be part of that. If you have any questions or if you like to participate in one of those, you will have a way to contact me and let me know. Until then, I hope you're going to have a great end of the year, and I hope you're going to take the time to plan for what you want to do in the first quarter of 2024, and know that your people, the team, is going to be there if you allow it to. And the more you allow to, the more you can give them the right prompts and the right opportunities to come and to join you in what you want to create, the better and the most unimaginable things can happen. So take a look at that and let me know if you have any questions. See you. Thank you very much.